Before we start, I'd like to mention several things. The purpose of this course is so that at the end of it, if you've come to all or most of the classes, at the end of it, you will be able to say to yourself, now I know what basic Buddhism is about. We will cover all the main important aspects of Buddhism. We won't cover everything to do with Buddhism because there's so much, but we will cover all the essential important aspects. And I will do my best to impart those facts to you as clearly and as simply and as accurately as I can. But in return, I want something from you. And this is what I want from you. Over years living in Singapore, I've noticed that Singaporeans are really very fussy people. They like to try this out, but if something comes along which they think might be a little bit better or a little bit different, they'll drop that and go to this. And this is particularly so in the case of religion. So I've met people who've been going off and on to Buddhist groups or classes for years and they still don't know anything because they've never stuck to it, gone through it and finished it. What I would like from you is today or next week, make up your mind as to whether you feel this is worthwhile or interesting or not, and then make an effort to come regularly. Don't be distracted until it's finished. It's like digging a well to get water. You might start digging a little bit here and you think, no, there's probably no water there, so you try somewhere else. You dig for a week and you think, and you just end up with hundreds of shallow holes. You've never gone deep enough to get the water. Now this is an opportunity, and I think in Singapore it's a fairly rare opportunity to get it. There are several quite good courses in Singapore, but one I know goes for 3 years. I mean, I don't want to hold you for 3 years. This is only for 30, 35, 36 weeks. That's not a big commitment. My hope is, and people tell me that this is so, that they learn a lot, they find it interesting, etc. So what I would ask from you is to make a decision fairly quickly as to whether you're going to come regularly, and then make an effort to come regularly. The second commitment I'd like from you is to try to retain, to think about, make some effort to reread the lesson that we've done the week before and retain. So once again, occasionally I come across people who've been coming to Buddhist courses for years, and you still can ask them a simple question and they can't even answer it. After years of coming. A woman came to me some time ago. She was telling me she'd been coming here for a year. She'd been coming to another Buddhist organization for 12 years. And I said, that's good. I was very happy. And I said, if somebody asked you what the basic of Buddhism would be, what would you say? And she thought and thought and thought, and she couldn't tell me. And I said, how is that possible? And she said, I can't remember. And she told me that she just finished a business BA, what do they call it, business administration, was it? And I said, well, look, you just finished that. You obviously could learn, retain and remember those facts. Why can't you do it about Buddhism? Huh? So the second thing I'd like is you to not just sort of passively hear, but listen, think about what we say and try to digest it so that you know it. Now, in order to help you do these things, what we're going to have is, after each module, we're going to have a test. And the test is not for me. The test is for you. There's not going to be, this person got top marks and this one got bottom marks. So we're not going to do that. It's to help you to go back through the material that you've learnt in the last 5 weeks or whatever it is, to think about it, to see if you can retain and remember. What we'll be talking about is basically fairly accessible ideas. So we will be having some tests, but there will be no release of the marks of that test. But it will give me some idea who is taking it seriously, etc. The other thing is, each week, the first thing is you'll have to have this book. It's a very good book, I know, because I wrote it. And we'll be using this as the main textbook. Bring it along each week. Second thing is, when you come each week, put your name down so that we know who is, and you know who's coming regularly. Now, if there's a death in your family or something really very serious happens, of course you can't come. But do make an effort to come regularly. That way you can benefit from the continuity of the course. Okay? Register your name. Please try to come regularly. Another really very good thing is to please do try to come on time. We'll usually start at roughly about 11:15, between 11:15 and 11:30. It depends on how long the thing is, but do try to be here at least by 11:15. That is a courtesy to me, and it's a courtesy to the others too, and naturally enough you don't miss out on anything, so it's a benefit to you. And each week you come, put your name down so we know who's been coming regularly. Okay, anything concerning that before we start? Okay. Between now and a few months from now, we're going to explore all the aspects of one of the most ancient and widespread systems of religious thought in the world, the religion of Buddhism.